Excuse me. Gourmet, it's another big thing that's really big in Nassau. The major hotels all have a huge number of restaurants. Atlantis, as an example, has over 40 different restaurants on the property, and Baha Mar offers cooking classes and an incredible array of restaurants in their in all of their hotels as well. Grey Cliff is a small little property, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later on. But if you haven't seen Grey Cliff, it's worth it just to go up there, even if you're not staying there, and take a look. It's in the town of Nassau and is really unique. They have the third largest wine cellar in the world. And I'm telling you, if you haven't seen this and you just want to go up, they will give you a tour of the wine cellar. And it's just like something right out of a movie. It's down in the basement below, and there's all different wines from all around the world. As a matter of fact, there's one of the oldest bottles in the world is down there, and it's a 700-year-old bottle of wine, which is down there. It's really quite incredible and really something to see. One of the big things in Nassau as well that we do is have various different wine and food festivals throughout the year. So if you're a foodie or your passengers are a foodie, it's a great place to check out. Health and wellness. So spas, massages, lots of these throughout the islands, just about every type of treatment, anything that you're looking for in terms of health and wellness, you'll be able to find. One of the unique things that we do is actually yoga with the flamingos at Baha Mar, which is really something that's a little bit unique. I should mention actually before I go any further, especially when I was just talking about health and wellness. Anytime you need any information whatsoever on Nassau and Paradise Island, please go to our website, Nassau Paradise Island Promotion Board.com. And it will give you all of the information. You'll see a separate section on health and wellness, separate section on excursions. Of course, breakdowns of all of the hotels and information. It's such a great wealth of information on the website to really worthwhile to go and take a look. So for those golfers out there, if you have clients that love to golf, it's a golfer's paradise in Nassau. We have two championship golf courses, one over on Paradise Island, which is the Ocean Club, which is the Royal Blue at, I'm sorry, talking too fast. The Ocean Club at the Four Seasons Ocean Club Resort, which is an absolute beautiful property. Or the property itself, I'll tell you about in a second, but the golf course is absolutely fabulous. I had the opportunity to play it a few years ago in the Michael Jordan Classic, which happens every year, and it is an absolutely beautiful property. And yes, I did get to meet Michael Jordan and a couple of pretty interesting people. So it was really quite special. That was a number of years ago now. And then there's the Royal Blue, which is over at the Baha Mar on Cable Beach, and another incredible golf resort. One of the nice things about everything in Nassau is it's fairly compact. So it doesn't take long to get anywhere that you're going. If you're playing golf, and regardless of if you're staying on Paradise Island, well, the golf course is just 3 minutes down the road. If you're staying on Cable Beach, the Royal Blue Golf Course is just directly right across the street from all of the hotels on Cable Beach. And even to get from one to the other is only about 20 minutes. So it's really accessible. And of course, as far as golf goes, they've got all of the rentals or anything that your clients are going to need when they're down there. Tennis. Tennis, of course, is available at all of the major resorts. And now one of the big things that's happening, and this is big for Canadians because we're big into pickleball now. So all of the resorts have now added pickleball courts, and you'll see them along with lessons on both tennis and pickleball and instruction, etc. And that available at all of the resorts that have those facilities. And romance. Who doesn't like a little bit of romance? Weddings are available throughout Nassau and Paradise Island, whether it's for vow renewals, whether it's for weddings in general. All of the major resorts have their own wedding coordinators to be able to help in all of the planning. You'll see a section again on our website that gives you more information. Of course, you can give us a call anytime that you need more information, or that you need to be put in touch with somebody specific at one of the individual resorts, and we're happy to be able to help you out with that. But again, as it says here, NassauParadiseIsland.com is the place to go that's going to give you all of that type of information. And once the wedding's done, let's not forget about the honeymoon. I should say, actually, I'll give you a personal note here. My wife and I got married down in Nassau few moons ago now, but we got married right on Cable Beach, and then we went to one of the out islands for our honeymoon. So it's a great option, and that is another thing to remember with Nassau and Paradise Island. And one of the popular things to do in the destination is a split stay. A lot of people will come in, they'll stay in Nassau and Paradise Island for a few days, go to the casino, check out all the restaurants, do their shopping, and then go out to one of the out islands where they can maybe get a little bit more relaxation in, because it's pretty quiet out there. And it's a real popular thing to do, is to do that split vacation. Excuse me. Water parks for the kids or for the people who think they're still kids like me. So 3 different water parks in Nassau and Paradise Island. The Baja Bay at Baja Mar, Aquaventure at Atlantis, and Fins Up at Margarita. So lots of different action and lots of things to do. Actually, if you go to our website and you want to check out the water parks a little bit more, there's some great videos specifically on the water parks and everything there is to do at the water parks there. So I can't take you through all of our hotels, but I will take you through a few just to give you an idea of some of the different offerings that we have in a few of the different categories. So of course, Nassau is very well known for our luxury, beautiful, large hotels, starting with Baja Mar. Baja Mar is a complex of 3 different hotels: the SLS, the Grand Hyatt, and the Rosewood Hotel. And I'm going to show you a graphic of how that all works in just a second in terms of where they're located. But between them, it's 2,300 rooms, over 40 restaurants, 14 pools, and the largest casino anywhere in the Caribbean. An incredible complex. I'd like to show you just quickly a little video on the property. Hey, so one of the things that you can see by looking at that video is the fact that there's a little bit of something for everyone there, whether it's families, whether it's couples, regardless. There's a little bit of something for everybody to do at Baja Mar, from relaxation to going out and having a good time and partying, whatever it is that you need to do. Now, if you look at this particular picture, this just points out where the three different properties are located. So you've got the two big towers that you see right in the center is the Grand Hyatt Baja Mar. To the right is the SLS. So the SLS is what we think of as our lifestyle property. There's lots going on here. There's a great lobby bar called the Monkey Bar right on the main level there. There's a beautiful rooftop bar as well, but lots of things going on there, kind of smaller and intimate. The Grand Hyatt is something for everyone. This is where the casino is located. Lots of different choices and different types of rooms, etc., and restaurants. And then the Rosewood Baja Mar, which is the high-end luxury part of the Baja Mar complex. Now, one of the things that I should let you know that's important to know is anyone staying in the Rosewood, being the luxury property, can use all of the facilities of all three of the properties. But if you're staying at either Grand Baja Mar, the Grand Hyatt, or at SLS, you can't use the facilities in Rosewood. However, Grand Hyatt and SLS are interchangeable, but the only one that's a little bit different is the Rosewood, the luxury property. They can use everything else, but if you're in another property, you can't use the Rosewood. So of course, we all know all about probably Atlantis. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it, but we know that Atlantis is one of our flagship properties in Nassau and Paradise Island. Again, like Baja Mar, with over 40 different restaurants, lots of shopping, incredible casino, different choices of accommodation, and absolutely one of the best beaches anywhere in the Caribbean. So here's another little quick video on Atlantis. Okay, so that gives us a little bit of an overview. Whoops, sorry. Where do I lost my spot here? There we go. So that gives us a little bit of an overview of Atlantis. Of course, one of the things that Atlantis is best known for is their 141-acre water park with the sharks, with the slide that comes right down. And you have sharks swimming all around you when you come down at the slide. Absolutely an incredible property. So just to give you an idea, there are all different choices of different types of accommodation throughout Atlantis and 5 different towers. You'll see the Coral, then the Harborside, and the Royal, which are your main parts of the hotel. The Royal being essentially right next to where the casino is located, and then the Reef, sorry, the Reef, which is the high-end luxury part of the property. So you've got all of these different choices at Atlantis to choose from, and you can see that incredibly in that picture. You can see that incredible beach right out in front, which is phenomenal. So keeping in mind in Nassau that it's not all just about large, gigantic resorts like Baja Mar and Atlantis, because Everybody isn't looking for that. But one of the things that I always like to mention is that there is such a wide, different variety of types of properties. There's the ones that we've just talked about, but then you've got something small like Comfort Suites, Bayview Suites, which is another small property. Because, of course, one of the things that people talk about is costs all the time. And there's no doubt about it that Nassau does tend to come up at a higher end scale, along with most of the other English Caribbean. Um, can definitely be looked at as a luxury type of destination. And in many cases, the prices do reflect that. But there are other alternatives in terms of pricing that can get you down to Nassau and get your clients down to Nassau and Paradise Island at a reasonable and affordable price. And some of these accommodations are absolutely beautiful, like the Comfort Suites. And one of the reasons I bring up Comfort Suites is it's quite unique in that Comfort Suites is the only other property in Nassau and Paradise Island. It happens to be right directly next door to Atlantis. And the beauty about Comfort Suites that makes it so unique and so affordable is anyone staying in Comfort Suites has full access to Atlantis on an unlimited basis during their stay. So this is a big deal. And the reason it is that to get a day pass into Atlantis, to go in to use the water park, to see the animals, to see the fish and the sharks, etc., and everything. It's now in the neighborhood of around $200 a day to go in to get a pass to go in. If you're staying at Comfort Suites, which is a beautiful property, nice restaurant, buffet breakfast daily is included, plus it's a 2-minute walk down the road to Atlantis, and you get free access and admission into Atlantis, as I said, unlimited. So this is a real incredible value for someone who maybe doesn't want a big resort, maybe wants to spend a little bit less money. So it's a great option to keep in mind for someone who wants to go down there and is in that type of situation that they're looking for a great property at a little bit less money, but still with all of the amenities that go along with being able to use Atlantis. I wanted to mention the British Colonial, which is a property that's been around for over 100 years in Nassau. One of the originals that has been there for a long, long time. Featured over the years in James Bond movies and a number of things, a number of different films over the years. This property has just been closed for 2 years and completely renovated from top to bottom. I was here 2 weeks ago, and I have to tell you, I had seen it. We've worked with Nassau Paradise Island for well over 10 years, and I have seen this property through the years. Always beautiful. But now what they've done there has it is just spectacular now. Everything from top to bottom has been completely redone. The lobby is fabulous. The swimming pool area that you see in this picture here is amazing. When I was there a couple of weeks ago, they did a dinner all around the outside of the pool and everything, and just spectacular. So anyone going down there who hasn't been there in a while, they're going to see a real change at British Colonial. Absolutely beautiful job. So now I just mentioned a couple of brand new properties, and we're almost done here. The first being the Goldwyn Hotel. This hotel is actually Canadian owned. The general manager is actually from Niagara Falls. It's on a beautiful beach. It's a very upscale property on Cable Beach. They've done an absolutely beautiful job here. And it is very elegant, very wide open. It's considered to be one of the top smart hotels in the world. Everything is controlled electronically, and it is just beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous restaurants. There's only 81 rooms, so it's not large. And as you can see by the picture, it's right directly on the beach. This just opened 2 years ago. Oh, what's happening here? There we go. So I won't go through all of this because I know that we're running a little short on time, but I do want to show you the Grey Cliff Hotel because this is one of the more unique and interesting hotels in Nassau. There are only 20 rooms here. It is right in the city of Nassau. It has been around for many, many years and is very unique and just absolutely an incredible property. This is the one that I told you. It's famous for its restaurant, has the incredible wine cellar, the third largest wine cellar in the world, and largest, obviously, in the Caribbean down below. They've got their own chocolate making factory. They make their own wine. They have a cigar rolling factory right on the property. Beautiful swimming pools. Absolutely. I like to show this one just because it's absolutely so unique. So this is the last video I'll show you just to give you an idea of our Grey Cliff property. So it's something just a little bit different that you don't really expect when you think about Nassau. So something to keep in mind. And then we've got the Ocean Club Four Season Resort, which is our ultra luxury property on Paradise Island. There's 107 luxury guest rooms, suites here, 5 different restaurants, 3 pools. This is a very top of the line, beautiful, beautiful property on Paradise Island, but on 35 different acres of property, or 35 acres of property on Paradise Island. Another new property that we have now is the Margaritaville Beach Resort. Keep in mind again that this is a great property for kids because of the water park that you can see right here in front. It's a 295 room property. So again, it's not too large, just a great size, right on the beach, right directly next to British Colonial Hotel. As a matter of fact, British Colonial and Margaritaville are both owned by the same company now. So you can go back and forth easily to them and use all of the facilities. But a beautiful new property that just opened in Nassau. And last but certainly not least, most of you all know Sandals, Sandals Royal Bahamian. This property has just gone under a completely new renovation. They've changed all the areas out around the pools, the restaurants, etc. Everything has changed, and they've done just a great job here. For those of you who haven't been here, they've got that beautiful beach in front, but you can also get on a boat, and they have their own private island. Over on the private island is an absolutely beautiful beach and a restaurant and bar, etc. And the trip away on the boat is only about maybe 5 or 10 minutes across to get over to the island. So just a great spot with all of the usual amenities and activities and everything that you expect from Sandals. So that's just a quick overview of some of our properties. Obviously, I don't have enough time to show you everything. One of the things that we say in Nassau, one of our slogans is closer than you think. And that's true. I mean, the nice thing about Nassau and Paradise Island, when you take a look at the rest of the Caribbean, is the distance to travel. From Toronto, you've got about a 3-hour flight, Montreal 4, Calgary 5, and Seattle. And I'll tell you why I'm mentioning Seattle. I should say Vancouver. I'll talk about that in just a second. It's close to get to, and lots of service from across the country. Toronto, out of Toronto, Air Canada and WestJet both fly every day year round. Out of Montreal, 4 times a week in the winter. Out of Calgary in the winter, every Saturday. And last year, Alaska Airlines just started flying out of Seattle. So for those of you out on the West Coast, this is a great option to get your clients down to the down to Nassau without having to go through another stop, whether that be Toronto, Montreal, or somewhere else in the States. That short drive down to Vancouver, or down to Seattle from Vancouver, and then 4 times a week with Alaska Airlines down there. We'd love to have direct flights for you out of Vancouver, but unfortunately, we're working on it. But nothing so far. But the Seattle option is great for all of you out there on the West Coast. So that's it. I'm sorry it had to be so, I didn't have more time because I have lots of more things I'd love to be able to talk to you about. But please, anything that I can ever do to help anyone out with any of the, anything there is to do with Nassau and Paradise Island, please feel free to reach out. You'll see my email there down below and my phone number, and you're more than welcome to get in touch with any time. So thank you all so much.
Great job, Brent. Amazing, amazing. I just want to take a second to read some comments before we get to the questions, because I think the comments are just as important too. Natalie says here on Zoom, they were just there in April. They love the Bahamas so much. They're going back in December.
Oh, awesome. That's excellent. Great.
Also, let's see here. Okay, Bobby is actually going here on Facebook. Bobby, hey Bobby, she's actually going to go stay at Margaritaville.
Oh, you're going to love Margaritaville. When I was down there this time, it was the first time that I'd seen the property since it opened just a couple of years ago. And it is just airy. It's fun. It's the whole Jimmy Buffett theme, God rest his soul. But absolutely beautiful. The water park and the beach and everything. Beautiful property.
Amazing. Okay, so a couple questions. The same one from, we've got Kimberly on Zoom and Tammy on Facebook. They like to know how they can maybe access the presentation or videos, how they can actually share with their clients from today.
Okay, all of our videos, you'll find them on NassauParadiseIsland.com. All of the videos are there. If for some reason you need the actual file, because they're all just linked, if you actually need the file, just get in touch with me because I've got them all there. So depending on what format you're looking for, how you want to share it for your clients, as I said, you can either find the link on NassauParadiseIsland.com or let me know and I can send you the file.
Okay, great.
And I should say, if you do go on to NassauParadiseIsland.com, every single hotel we represent has their own video. So if you go into the hotel section, you click on that particular hotel, you'll actually have access to the videos for each of the hotels. Oh, and I should mention one other thing. Nassau Paradise Island YouTube site also has all of the videos on it as well.
Which makes sense for sure.
Yeah. Course.
Janice wants you to know that she's been in the Bahamas 6 times.
Wow.
And Sandals 6 times.
Wow.
She wants to go to Margaritaville with her grandkids soon. So
okay, well, that's good because as we know, you can't go back to Sandals if you're taking your kids.
That's
it.
Margaritaville
is the perfect option.
And Melanie wants you to know that she's staying at the Grand Hyatt and Margaritaville in 3 weeks.
Oh, both a split stay. Very nice. Well, they're nice and close. It's only about 5 minutes between the two. So you're good to go.
So Val and Bobby both have the same question about Exuma and Paradise Island, how they can get there to go see the pigs.
Yeah, the big question, which is, I have to tell you that swimming with the pigs has become the big thing in the Bahamas. Every trade show I do, everything I do, everybody talks about swimming with the pigs. As a matter of fact, the Bahamas Tourist Office that we work really closely with have a big backdrop that we use at their shows that has people swimming with the pigs in behind us all the time, and people stop constantly and ask about it. So yes, there are day trips available from Nassau over to Exuma. So a lot of different places are doing swimming with the pigs now in the Bahamas. The original is over in Exuma. So I'm not saying the other ones aren't good. The other ones are great too. You can actually do it right in Nassau and Paradise Island on one of the small islands just off of Nassau. But if you do want to go over and see the original over in Exuma, there are day trips that you can get from the ground handler's desk at any of your hotels, and they'll be able to set you up with a day trip. And as a matter of fact, most of the day trips that do go over to Exuma to do swimming with the pigs, not only do swimming with the pigs, but the first stop is swimming with the pigs. The second stop is actually swimming with the manta rays. So you can do both of them on the same trip, which is a great day trip to take.
Very Instagrammable moment.
Yes.
Hello, TLC, our friend Terry Lynn Cosley. She came out to the Beamsville event. Hello,
Nice.
Terry. So she's asking about the comfort suites. Is there a resort fee?
Yes, there is. There is a resort fee. I don't have it at my fingertips, but if you want to send me an email or whatever, happy to find out what it is for you.
And just on that note, also, Brent, I had added throughout the presentation in the chat here on Zoom, your email address on Facebook. It's also in the comments, guys, a couple times there for you as well.
Sure.
Val's asking, what is the legal age for gambling?
It's 18.
Okay. Laura's asking a question about the Comfort Inn. That's a very popular spot here. Having access to all the amenities, activities, and restaurants, does that over at the Atlantis, I believe, does that mean that they eat and drink there as well, or is it just the activities?
No, they can eat and drink there as well. Keeping in mind, it's obviously not an all-inclusive resort, so you're going to be paying for all your meals, etc., separately on an EP basis. But yes, you can use all of the restaurants. Every facility in Atlantis is there for you to be able to use if you're staying at Comfort Suites.
Do you mind resharing your screen again? Laura's asking, she was busy taking notes from your presentation, the
Yep.
British colonial features again.
Sure. Let me just grab it
Yeah.
here.
And while you're doing that, I'll just ask another question here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is Paradise Island Nassau LGBTQT friendly? And what about for weddings?
Very friendly for both. Very friendly for both.
Okay,
Yes.
great.
Okay, sorry, I'm just
No, take your time.
getting there to share the screen for you. Here we
I
go.
agree. It's actually a very interesting property. So, and I know there's I know Sheila on Facebook says she looks forward to seeing all those renovations of it.
Yeah, yeah, they've done a great job there. That where are we here? Bahamar, Atlantis.
I think it's up a bit.
Oh, I know. It's here somewhere, right?
That's okay. Do you know if the wine
Here we are.
tour is free?
Sorry?
The wine cellar tour, is it free?
Yes, it's free. Yeah, no charge.
There you go, Natty.
Here, let me just make it bigger for you in case you can't see it.
Laura, this is for you. She's looking for the feature one.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh,
That's okay.
sorry. Let me just go back this way.
It's good. They're taking notes. They want to read all about it.
Yeah, that's great stuff. I know. We're getting
okay.
there.
No worries, no worries.
Okay, so
Kevin's asking on Facebook.
this is probably the one you're looking for.
I'll just answer Kevin. It's being recorded, Kevin. No worries. It's always been recorded, and it's gonna be live later on today on Brent's supplier page for Nassau Paradise Island. You just go onto spoiledagent.com, go to the tours board tab, and you'll find it there under Nassau Paradise Island. Sorry, Brent.
No, it's okay. Okay, so you can see that there now, the British colonial information.
Looks great.
But make sure, what I will say is you'll find so much information on the website for each individual hotel. The website is really great about giving total explanations and that sort of thing. And then it'll also link you on to the actual hotel's website itself.
Okay. Mariana's asking, are the renovations finished at Sandals, or are they still ongoing?
No, they're finished. Everything's completely done. There was no construction, nothing at all when I was there 2 weeks ago.
Okay, and Laura's asking, do you know if there's gonna be any more flight options from Toronto after April? Just because there's not as many in the summer months. I mean, makes
Sure.
sense.
Well, out of Toronto, you've got Air Canada flying daily. You're talking about in the summer, like
She
now?
said after April, yeah.
Okay, Air Canada flies daily right now. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe WestJet 6 times a week.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Kim's asking, how far is the walk from Grey Cliff Hotel to the beach?
It's a fair bit of a walk because okay, how do I explain this? Grey Cliff is at the back of Nassau. There's kind of a hill at the back, and then you can walk right into downtown Nassau to Bay Street from Grey Cliff in probably about 5 or 10 minutes. But the beaches aren't right in Nassau. You're either going to go, the closest beach is down at the British Colonial, which is about another another 15-minute walk from there, but that's not a public beach. So your closest public beach, if is going to be too far to walk, to tell you the truth. You're probably better off to take a cab, and you can get to a beach within about 10 minutes from Grey Cliff.
Okay, Jody's just asking, so I guess she's asking about the Melia Beach Resort on Cable Beach. That's still around, and
No, as a matter of fact, that's an interesting question. This is, yes, the Melia was just torn down this past fall. And I have quite a history with that property because it used to be called, before it was the Melia, it was called the Sheraton Cable Beach. And before that, it was called the Radisson Cable Beach. And that was actually where I got married, on the beach. And my wife actually worked for Radisson Cable Beach for about 10 years. So this was the first time 2 weeks ago when I came back that I was standing doing a site inspection at the SLS, which looks out over that property. And it was very interesting to see nothing.
wow.
They tore it down. They tore it down last fall and are going to redevelop the property. We don't know what it's going to be yet, but it will be another property. But yeah, because that property was an icon on that beach for a long, long time, but it's gone now.
Well, that was a good question, Jody.
Yeah, great question.
Laura's asking, can you kind of compare the main differences from Nassau area to the Freeport area for clients?
Yeah, Nassau is a little bit more compact. I have to say, I haven't been to Freeport in quite a while. But Nassau is much more compact. There's a lot more into the main area of Nassau. You've got everything on Bay Street. You've got shopping, you've got restaurants, you've got bars, you've got everything going on there. Nassau now, the downtown section, or sorry, the downtown section of Freeport, at least the last time I was there, um, there wasn't as much to do there. Now, that's not saying in the destination there isn't, because Freeport's got some great spots, especially out on out at the Lucayan, I forget the name of it. Lucayan Marketplace, that's what it is. It's great out there. A lot of the restaurants in different areas in Freeport have moved out there. Fortunately, as I said, I haven't been to Freeport in a long time, but I think you'll just find that in Nassau, everything is much more compact and a little bit more choice maybe than what you've got in Freeport. But Freeport's still a great destination.
For sure, for sure. And I guess also for like Paradise Island itself, is there, what would you say there's less to do, walkable?
Yeah, the thing about Paradise Island is you've got Atlantis and you've got some of your smaller hotels. There is some shopping over on Paradise Island, not to the extent that you've got in Nassau and on Bay Street, but there are some areas outside of Atlantis and outside of the different resorts where you can shop and you can go to some other outside restaurants. Of course, the golf course is over there on Paradise Island as well. So yeah, so still lots of things to do and see over there, but again, a lot more from an entertainment aspect on the Nassau side when it comes to restaurants and bars and that saying outside of the hotels.
So that answers your question, Melanie. Lynn's asking, are there shuttles to any of the beaches from the properties?
There aren't, and the reason for that is that well, no, no. The answer is no. And I was going to say the larger properties, and the majority of the properties do tend to be on the beach, and the smaller ones, because they're relatively close, they just essentially leave it up to taxis and that type of thing.
Right, perfect. And I know there's so many different hotels there, right? And the Warwick as well and things like that. People are asking, Jody's asking about that, but I mean, we only have so much time to mention every single hotel that's out there.
Yeah. Yeah, there are great choices. And that's the thing. There's everything like we saw, from the luxury huge resorts right down to the smaller ones and everything in between. So there's really a little bit of something for everybody there in terms of accommodation, for sure.
Do you know what the best option for car rentals is over there?
Yeah, every major car rental company is available in Nassau at the airport. You'll find them all out at the airport, and most of them have depots in Nassau as well. But every car rental company is represented there.
Sonia just joined us on Facebook. Yes, Sonia is definitely being recorded, always being recorded. And it'll be later on the Nassau Paradise Island supplier page under tourist boards. That's where you can find Brent for sure. Okay, so let's see here. Do you know the drinking age in Nassau?
I, I said the gambling is 18, and now I'm actually not sure if it's 18 or 21. I guess I'm going to, because that was a long time ago for me. So,
Me
so
too.
I haven't really thought about it too much. But actually, now I am not sure if it's 18 or 21. With both of those things, I'm going to have to look it up because I'm actually not sure.
Okay, perfect. That's okay. I mean, for sure. Okay, so let's see here. I know it's not the case with the flights to Freeport. How easy is it to get from Nassau to Freeport?
It's very easy. Bahamas Air flies daily back and forth. I don't know how many flights, but a number of flights every day back and forth with Bahamas Air on between Nassau and Freeport. So it's very easy to get back and forth.
Oh, so Janice said the drinking age is 18.
Okay.
Thank you, Janice.
Thank you. Good.
Janice on
Uh,
Facebook.
yeah,
Nadia has a
that's
question, but I'm not sure what you mean, Nadia. If you maybe just want to, it says better to book before leaving or at the airport. I'm not sure what you mean by book. Maybe if you just want to put it in the Q&A. And you just mentioned the car rental, Nadia. So there's car rental options all over.
yeah.
And I guess you don't have any ideas of costs of flights from Freeport. Do you have any idea of that, or is
I don't. You go on to bahamasair.com and they'll have all of that information.
there
Yeah.
you go, Laura. All right. Perfect. Okay, let's see. So I've checked in with Facebook. Really great. Lots of great comments. Nancy, hi Nancy on Facebook. She says, and we remember the Radisson, don't we?
We remember the Radisson. Yes, we do.
I do too, for
Yeah.
sure.
Great property.
Well, amazing. Really great questions, everyone. Amazing job, Brent.
Thank you.
Amazing feedback. And
Thank you.
people are saying it's 18 for both drinking and
Okay.
for gambling. So thank
Well,
you guys.
that's what I thought, but I hate to misspeak.
No, for sure, for sure. Well, listen, you guys have been great. And don't forget, Brent, you're giving away one lucky spoiled agent is going to win.
We are. Yes.
What are they going to
Yes.
win?
Whoa, okay, you're going to win a $100 Amazon gift card.
All right. So we're going to send everything over to Brent tomorrow, and he's going to pick a name later this week. And if you get an email from Brent, that's very good news. So keep
Yes.
that in
And you will
mind.
definitely hear from me by what's today? Wednesday? Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely you'll hear from me by Friday for
I'll
sure.
be here too. No
All
worries.
right.
All right, well, you did a really great job, Brent. I have to
Thank you.
say he's one of our newest suppliers with us here at Spoiled Agent, but you know what? He's become like family already. We love him. We love working with him. And again, for anyone who's out west or in Ottawa for our Get Spoiled Brewery tours, Brent was there and we were just so happy he could join us. So
Thank you.
great
Thank you.
presentation. You're a fabulous ambassador for your brand, and we really appreciate your time.
Thank
And all you Spoiled Agents for joining us over your lunch. Thank you so much for taking the time today.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye, guys. Bye,
Bye.
everybody. Bye.